panawagan namin is intayin nila kami. Ano? Intayin nila na kami naman ang magpresenta ng aming ebidensya para pabulaanan lahat ng mga lumalabas ngayon laban sa ating Vice Presidente.
Under po sa Section 9 ng AMLA, it provides po that SDRs and CDRs shall not be disclosed and are protected from public release. And this confidentiality po is reinforced by the bank secrecy law and related financial privacy laws. So babalikan ko lang yung tanong, sir. Posible po bang may nalabag na batas ang AMLA at ang House Committee on Justice sa paglalantad po ng bank accounts ni VP Sara Duterte and Attorney Mans Carpio, and posible po ba na dadalhin rin po ninyo ang usapin na ito sa Korte Suprema if may nakita po kayong paglabag sa constitutional rights ni VP Sara?
Can I think you said it yourself, no? Kung yun yung nilalaman ng batas, malinaw naman yung sinasabi ng batas that those information are strictly confidential, cannot be disclosed, hindi ba? But we've seen otherwise from what happened before the committee hearing yesterday. Now, as to any actions that we plan to take or the personalities involved plan to take, that's something that I hope you understand we will not be able to disclose at this point.
Just to add on, we are, and just to emphasize, we are fully aware fact that Section 8A, if I'm not mistaken, of the law as amended. No?
Sir, second question. Ano po ang panawagan po ninyo sa public? Kasi parang ang lumalabas po na lahat po ng mga sinasabi doon sa House Committee on Justice ay parang tinatanggap na katotohanan ng iilan. So ano po ang panawagan ninyo sa publiko sa gitna po ng usapin ngayon involving the Vice President?
Siguro simple lang po talaga ang panawagan namin. No? Let's just be cautious doon sa mga lumalabas without saying that they're false because that's really not my point. I'm not saying false yung mga lumalabas. All I'm saying is we have to be cautious, especially with the way things are being presented. And ang panawagan namin is intayin nila kami. Ano? Intayin nila na kami naman ang magpresenta ng aming ebidensya para pabulaanan lahat ng mga lumalabas ngayon laban sa ating Vice Presidente.
Sir, pahabol last question kasi sinabi po ni Vice President Sara dun sa kanyang statement isa sa mga nasa likod ng mga parata ng former Senator Trillanes is the sitting President. So, may magiging hakbang po ba ang defense team laban po sa Pangulo?
I don't think we're I don't think we're at liberty to discuss things like that because kami we're just limited to the impeachment proceedings. So sa atin di kami magkokomento anything outside, especially of course if it relates to the president. Wala po kaming kinalaman diyan. Kami po ay dito lang po kami sa impeachment nakafocus.
Ms. Nympha Ravelo, PZWB. Good afternoon po, attorneys. Question ko po una, sasagutin nyo ba o hindi na talaga sasagutin o i-refute yung pong mga lumabas na allegations sa House?
Sasagutin po sa impeachment court. Doon po natin sasagutin lahat yon. Doon po naman ang tamang forum kung saan namin masasagot lahat ng yon.
So, wala at all po, o hindi na kayo magsasabit ng any pleadings or any manifestation sa House Committee on Justice?
We have to wait for developments. No, we cannot say that we will not submit any manifestation whatsoever. But you have to remember that the main petition before the Supreme Court is really questioning the jurisdiction as to the nature of the proceedings that are being conducted. Again, hindi namin kino-question ang power of the House to initiate impeachment proceedings. I think that's very clear under the Constitution. We don't want to even try to blur that line. I mean, admittedly, they have the sole power to initiate. Ang kino-question lang po namin ay jurisdiction in terms of conducting this type of committee hearings.
And then, di ba isa doon sa reason po ng inyong pagdulog sa Supreme Court yung sinasabi na mini trial na yung nangyayari? Napatibay po ba nung nangyari kahapon yung inyong argumento na yan at gagamitin po ba yan sa pagpa-file ng panibagong petition or any rejoinder sa Supreme Court?
Well, we cannot file a new petition anymore, no? Kasi may pending na tayong petition. But if you're asking us if what we've seen so far from the committee hearings actually support what we had stated in that petition. I think we're not naive, hindi ba? We have observed what's been happening sa committee hearings, pati yung pagpapalabas ng iba't ibang subpina para kumuha ng mga sinasabi nilang ebidensya, kahit ang mga ito ay hindi naman bahagi ng dalawang impeachment complaints na sinasabi nila ay under preliminary investigation, di ba? In fact, it's probably important to tell you now that maging yung supplemental affidavit ni Mr. Madriaga, yung AMLAC report, yung affidavit ni former Senator Trillanes, and all those other evidence that they were able to obtain na after final yung impeachment complaint, wala kaming kopya niyan bago yan ibinahagi sa komite. Kasi nga, hindi siya kasama ng impeachment complaint. Pati yung notice or yung desisyon ng COA on the appeal of the Vice President at ng ibang respondents doon sa confidential funds. Bigla na lamang doon sa komite, sinabi na denied na, no? Which, that's fine. Kung sinabi nila sa unang hearing, April 14, am I right? April 14, na wala na deny na yung appeal ng Vice President. And I think you've seen some of the personalities na they were claiming, final na ba yan? Final na ba yan? Of course, hindi final. I think alam naman yan ng komite na hindi yan final. Alam din yan ng COA na hindi pa yan final. In fact, I can recall na sinabi ni Attorney Camora na meron pang remedyo. There's still a legal step that can be done by the respondents in that appeal to elevate it to the Supreme Court or to question the decision of the COA. So, hindi pinal. Kung ipipilit na pinal na yung COA decision na yan o yan ay maaari nang maging batayan para doon sa sinasabi nilang pagbabalik, restitution, etc., etc., mali yan. Mali. I mean, I invite you all have access to the internet. You will find na hindi yan pinal. At kung sino man magsasabi na pinal yan, ay hindi nagsasabi ng tama.
Mr. Lance Mexico, Newswatch Plus.
Salamat po. Natanong na rin ako kanina pero para lang po ma-clarify, pasensya na. Sa tingin niyo ba na may na-violate ang mga karapatan ng Vice President dun sa pag-release ng mga information ng AMLAC at ng documents ng BIR kahit na hindi nabuksan yung sa BIR documents, and what do you intend to do about it?
Same answer po. We are aware of provisions of law that provide for the confidentiality of such documents. As to what we're going to do about it, as I said, we're not at liberty to disclose the legal steps that we will be taking regarding these matters.